I want to welcome you on board, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to you. It is 5:15 in the United Kingdom. You're welcome on board. The topic we are having on the talk show today is completely different, but relating to immigration problems again. If you look at it carefully, the question is it okay for my partner to refuse to release my child British passport? Let's have a look again. My partner refused to release my child's British passport. What can I do? Join me live right now if you are there, ladies and gentlemen. My name has not changed. Tokunbo Olagbaye. My partner refused to release my British passport, to release my child British passport. What can I do? To those who have been affected, this is the opportunity for you to know what you have to do now. This is an arena on the soft talk on my show. Tokunbo Olagbaye, Daniel Daniels. My gorgeous Lord, I pray the Lord Almighty will continue to uphold you and flourish your efforts in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Thank you. Please like and share Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaye live right now, here on my talk show. Live right now on my talk show. Good afternoon. Good afternoon as we are coming on board one by one. Good afternoon. Men and women of honor. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, men and women of honor. Good afternoon on my talk show. Good afternoon. Is it okay? My partner refused to release my child British passport. What can I do? Join me live now on 07908 628 My partner refused to release my child British passport. Join me live now on 07908 628 Is it proper to do so? Is it okay, whether you are a male or female, to withhold the passport from your partner, knowing that is the avenue for him or her to have his or her status regularized in the United Kingdom, to put food on the table or to assist you to pay the bills? Do you think it is proper? Ǹjẹ́ kan tó bójúmu ni láti mú páálí pupa tí ọmọ pamọ́ to withhold the passport from the other parent? Is it the right thing? Don't forget, it is only today you know, you don't know tomorrow. So we're having this topic because there is so many people crying on my shoulder that wants me to that wants me to talk about this topic today. But I've had this topic over the past 7 weeks now. I've been trying to put it aside. But I think it's about the time for us to talk about it. Is it okay? Is it right to withhold passport from your partner? Because you have red passports, you have indefinite leave to remain, you apply status for your child, and because you are not happy with what the other person is doing, either the man or the woman, the other parent that hasn't got status, and as a result of that, you withhold the passport. Even with the other parent that has status, you withhold the passport and deprive that person from going on holiday with the child. Who has the parental responsibility? Who has the court order? And what can you do? Is there a specific order in place that you have applied for? Because you're supposed to be able to apply for a specific order. If you are the parent with parental responsibility, if you haven't got status, then what do we do to look into this matter? How do we resolve this problem? Because it's an ongoing problem between two parties. Ladies and gentlemen, join me live now on 07908 628 Is it okay? Is it right? Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I just saw the program about the question that is it all right if I make a comment, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, the reason why I'm calling is that it happened to me actually. I think it depends. Reason being that my husband came here on a course visa in 2013. We had 2 children at that time. Now we have 3 children. So what happened is that 2014 he decided to do what? To leave and go all along. He didn't want to stay with us. So 2014 he stayed back. He was very, very troublesome. 2015 he really wanted to leave. So many times he wrote excuses that this person has so many things. They're not calling at least in the name of wanting to leave because of the kids who was doing. autism. There were the 3 children. This man decided to pack up and leave. Okay, we did have some arguments initially in the past, but then the 3 weeks before he left, there was nothing there. He was working and I was also working. We both work. What happened from when he left? He was supposed to have his indefinite leave this year May. What happened is that I applied for divorce when 2017 August last year, but the man left 2016. So now when he knew that his papers were due to be he was due to apply for indefinite leave, he decided to come back every other Saturday to see the children. So I let him willingly in the house. But remember, when this person was in the house, he was working, he never paid no rent, no bills, nothing in the house. Each time you ask him for rent, as an IT consultant, he would tell you, no, they gave the house to you. Now, when visa was coming, he decided to come back every other Saturday to look after the children. Not knowing that this man, each time he would come in the house, he was looking for documentation. He came to steal my things. Each time he came, he was stealing my things, my letters. He was looking for these passports, the 3 British passports. He stole my passport and my son, but my daughters and my other son, he was unable to take those passports. So now what happened is that he was able to, in January, he was able to make a new submission to the Home Office. Now, but for using my passport and my son's passport, but the other 2 passports, he did not get them. So now I don't know what to do. He then come for the last 6 months, he never, even when you ring him, we need 20 pounds to pay for food. This person did not give you he could not give you the money, even when you were struggling. Hello?
I'm here with you.
Yeah. So he never, even when you ring him at one time, the council was actually sending us out of the house, taking us to court for arrears. I would say to him, please, you need to help us with the rent. 3 children, 2 with special needs. This man, he would never pick his phone. He would not send, not even reply a message of me asking him, please, can we have 20 pounds? We don't have food. Sometimes you have to rely on food bags. He will not. Now, January, he brought a letter. He brought a letter to me this January that, I need to sign for him. He takes children to school. He needs to charge to GP and all those things, takes them out. But I said to him, you don't know any of those things. If the Home Office came and asked the school if they've seen you, they've never seen you, not even your parents gave me nothing. I said, no, I'm not signing this supporting letter for you. And it never occurred to me that this man, each time he came to the house, he kept stealing all the letters that came through the post. Every documentation he kept stealing from the house. He even secretly cut out a set of keys to be letting himself into the property when I'm not there. Because one time I was in the house, that day I was off, and he let himself into the property. Looking for documentation.
Carry on.
So I would actually willingly give him, I would have signed that letter for him. I could have given him all the passports. Take it, you're the father of the children. But this man is so callous. He would never, you call him 20 pounds. If people think in England you have a lot of money, but sometimes we rely on food banks. I said to him, we need to help us. He would never pick his phone. Up until just last week, his mother rings me and they say, the Home Office want a supporting letter from you. Now, Ma, what should I do? I don't know.
So you are the parent with the documentation?
Yeah, I'm a British citizen. All my children are British.
Exactly. And where is he now? Is he in the UK?
He's in the UK, in London, yeah.
He's in the UK, and has he got status at the moment?
So what happened is that we had a spouse visa. When he had that spouse visa in 2013, not knowing that this person did not come to stay with us, he was only interested in making papers, even though we had kids. But he just wanted to legalize his status and move out. 2015, he left. 2016, that's when he left, 1st of May 2016. He then decided to come back to contact us in 2017 17, but then I applied for divorce on those papers that we did. I applied for divorce, and I also informed the Home Office somewhere around August last year that we are separated, we don't live together anymore. And now in January, the Home Office then cancelled his spouse visa and told him he had to reapply again.
So the Home Office have cancelled his spouse visa.
Last year, yes, they cancelled it. End of last year, they cancelled it around November, and said to him that he had to reapply again.
Okay.
So when they say to him that he has to reapply again, he then submits another application on the basis of the children, that he looks after them, takes them to school and all of that. But then I could have willingly given him everything and wrote those supporting letters for him. But the thing is, this man, he works as an IT consultant, but he will never help out at all. January, he submitted his papers, but not knowing that every other Saturday he decided to come back, all in the name of looking after children. He always came back to search the house, stealing all the documentation, stealing all my things. You just see barely standing up at the address, and you don't even know what to do. In January, I said, no, I'm not going to write for you this supporting letter because you have never stepped a foot in the children's school. You have not even everything I have to do single-handedly. In around March time, he writes a big long letter to social services that, this person, the mother does not, a long letter. They can't take care of the children. The two boys have special needs. She's got mental health problems. She got this. And it's all a lie. Because he writes in the letter saying he wants to have the children and he wants to have the house. Now, and yet we would ring him, please, we need help. This man will not come to help. He would not, because I do shift work and I have to hire a childminder to come and look after these kids. The childminder sometimes will pay over £1,000. Yes, if somebody would say it's about finances, but let me tell you, I have struggled so much. And then his mother rings me just last week after a very long time of not hearing from him from when I want you to, he needs to have his papers. Can you write it? The Home Office wants a supporting letter from you. And this person, when he submitted the things in January, he stole my passport as well, and my son's passport. All the letters that were coming through the letterbox that had parent of this child or parent of this or things with address details that the Home Office needed, this man had stolen everything.
Now you want to find out what can you do, isn't it? Hello, are you there?
Hello? Yes, please.
Yes. They have cancelled his spouse visa, if I'm right.
Yes, please.
And
last year.
Since last year. And he's the father of the 3 children, isn't it?
Yes, please.
Okay. So is he still in the country?
He is in the country.
So he has overstayed now. So he's an overstayer now.
No, he submitted an application in January.
Under what heading? Under the British children?
Under the British children.
So did you give him the passports?
No, he's managed to steal my passport and one of my sons, which he submitted to the Home Office.
So you took your passport and one of his child's passport?
Yeah.
But the Home Office need your letter, support letter, with your signature that is similar to what is on your passport to support the application. So it basically means that they must have mirror your signature.
Yeah, because he brought a letter that was already typed out. He typed out a letter and brought for me to sign. So I said to him, look,
but you signed a letter which you know what is inside it anyway.
No, I didn't sign it. I refused. I told him, no, you don't do any of this. I said to him that if I see you at least for, even if it's once a month, come and take these children to school, or whatever it is, or even if it's weekend, this man will not turn up.
So are you saying now, as we speak now, with the Home Office, he's got your passport in there and one of the child's passport?
And one of the child's passport.
And
yeah.
What steps have you taken towards that?
So the passport, what I did, because initially I thought it was the childminder that had stolen them.
Oh, you thought it was the childminder that stole them?
Yeah, that had stolen the passports from the house. Not knowing that it's him until later, when I contacted his lawyer. So his lawyer then tells me that, who happens to be his brother-in-law, he said to me that the father has he's the one who has the part that he took copies out and returned the passports to him. So he then brings my passport and gives it back to me, but my son, he has not brought it back. He still has it.
Okay. Now you're asking me what can you do in this kind of situation?
Yes, please. Because his mother rang me last week and said they need me to write the letter for him.
Have you managed to have kind of an agreement on maintenance of the children? Do you have an agreement in place?
No, because what happened, he works as an IT consultant. He's self-employed. So he uses a limited company. When he uses a limited company, he refused to change the address of the house. Remember, this person left in 2016, 1st of May. So he refused to change the address from the same house. So when I contacted child support told me it is the address they have on the system. And also because he shows that he earns about £5,000 as a director of the company, they say there's not much they can give me. So hence that is why I left it. Because if they come out and say we're giving you £5 a month for the 3 children, that's a legal document that he could produce anywhere he goes.
Yeah, but why can't you get the maintenance order on him? Child support agency.
That one, no, that is what they told me. That they first of all, he's got my same address. He refused to change it, and also he works as a
because I was going to make a judgment. I don't know whether it's bias or prejudice or it's fear. The judgment I was going to make here. So many times I don't like to give opinion. You understand? That's why I bring it to the public. This case already, I have more than 10 people that's suffering under this thing, and they asked me to talk about it. I have had this topic for the past 6-7 weeks, but I just decided to come out with it today. The question I want to ask you is to do with the child maintenance, the children maintenance. You know, is there any financial support in place from his end?
No, nothing. You would even ring him, please, I need £20 to buy food. This man will not, he will never pick his phone. For the last 6 months, he did not even send a message back that, okay, maybe, and yet he's been working all along.
So when was the last time both of you had contact together?
As in talking?
Yes.
Way before March. Way before March.
And when did you get your passport and the kid's passport again? The kid passport.
The passport he must have taken them from end of last year, because when he knew that he was supposed to reapply, he then decided to come back every other Saturday in the house to look after the children. So not knowing, he was gathering documentation to submit in the home office. Because I'm a nurse, so usually I work weekends. Saturday when he used to work, I would go out and work.
I'm reading comment from distance.
Yeah.
And I can read from someone there said that you said it comes every Saturday.
He used to.
He used to come every Saturday.
Every Saturday to look after, not in the name of looking after the children, staying with the children. But then this man used to come, not knowing that every time he came, he was collecting documentation and stealing things from the house.
Okay. He needs your support to make application to remain in the United Kingdom. Because even if you leave the Nigerian passport for him to use here, you still have to do a support letter to tell them that he's responsible and is maintaining his children. So the reason why I am beating around the bush and asking questions is to know whether you can cross it both ways, 50-50. He's doing the financial support, and then you can support him on the documentation as well. Because at the end of the day, he's still the kid, he's still the children's father, isn't he?
Yes,
exactly. And what comes back, what goes around comes round, you know. So you never know when things will go, when you will need him as well, because he's the father of your children. So that's why I'm trying to find a balanced way, you know. And in this kind of situation now, your case is different completely, because it's not that you are expecting him to leave you a document. What you're supposed to be seeking now is financial order from him. Is there a marriage certificate?
We got married, yes, here in Woodgreen. Yeah.
So you got married here, but you've not divorced, yeah?
No, I did apply for divorce last year, August, which he refused to sign.
He refused to sign?
That's right.
Because once he sign it, that'll be the end of the spouse one. So there is every possibility at the moment that the application made to the Home Office is perhaps, you know, a spouse one or partner one again. Even though you may have cancelled the previous one, but there is every possibility that it's showing that if there is evidence anyway that it's possible that it's going to be the partner and the children one. Because since your passport is there with the Home Office and one of the child passport is there, then I could vividly say that it's making the application back again under you guys. You know, I actually do not want to be completely biased in terms of making that kind of decision, but I think both of you will need each other in the end anyway. You are the one having the passport now, so it's the other way around. It's not him that is looking for help that caused me. So it is you that have the power now. You have the upper hand, you know. You have the upper hand. Whatever you want Home Office to do, that's what they will do. You know, you got the upper hand. So which means that you can tell Home Office yes or no. It's up to you to decide. But the most important thing is to make sure that there is financial order in place in terms of taking care of the kids. So if he's going to need your help in future to write a letter of support or do anything, you tell him to come before a lawyer and tell him to write how much he will be giving you every month and make an agreement and set up a direct debit. A lot of ladies, I realize that they don't want to take money through bank account from their men because they are claiming benefits. So that is another headache entirely. Oh yes, a lot of ladies are doing that. In fact, some of them will go ahead and cancel their direct debits or cancel the money receiving from the partner just because they don't want anything to implicate them with the benefits office, you know. And I think that is a serious matter at the same time. But now your situation is in terms of him getting the passport to obtain his documentation. How do you go about it? The onus is on you.
Because the thing is like this. If I signed a letter that he brought saying that he takes the children to school, GP, shopping and all of that, and he does none of that. And the school knew about it because when he all of a sudden he appeared at the school and the children's school, he requested to see the head teacher and asked for a letter. The head teacher said, "Oh, I've never seen you here." So the head teacher rings me. She asked me to go and speak to her. So I went and spoke to her and I said, I did say and it's true that, you know what, he has never come here. He has never stepped a foot. But I am happy for you to write for him a letter of support. I did say that to the head teacher.
I'm reading a comment here. Somebody says, "Sorry, caller. All I will advise you is not to sign anything because the man is not ready to help you and the kids." That is one of the statements from the fan here. You know?
Exactly. And these two of the children have
because children. I don't want to give an opinion on it. That's why I put it to the public, you know.
Yes, please.
Yes, but I can read it for you here. Somebody is also saying that the man is a user.
And even when you call, one day the council was taking us to court to evict us from the house. And I begged him. And he works for an IT consultant. He makes money off his limited company. And I said to him, help me to pay at least £500. Only the £500.
Someone is saying that you must have seen the early signs at the early stage of your relationship, but you ignore the red flag.
Because to be honest, I thought that all marriages are like that. I thought that maybe with time things would change. But the father always made up excuses just to leave the house and go.
So you thought it was just only for a while that it's going to change, isn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely. So now the issue is, if I find that supporting letter for him that he looks after a kid, takes them to school, what if the Home Office, for example, what if for number one, they'll ask for evidence?
Someone said the man is a narcissist. She's going through the same thing.
So what if the Home Office investigate at the school that, to know if they've ever seen him taking children to school, that he attends parents' evening, and all the teachers say no, they've never seen him. I'm a nurse, and I've got a registration as well, because that would be fraud if I say that he does that.
Okay, another person is telling you that why asking her to sign the letter? Please don't sign the letter. So there's another person is saying that you shouldn't sign the letter.
And also,
this woman needs help from him with the children. They brought the children to this world, but it's not helping. So you are not telling the truth, you get into trouble. I don't know what that person is saying. Let me look at the frivolous comments over there. I wish the man can call, to be honest. The man knows what he's doing. He's acting smart. Well, God will help you. Is he a Zimbabwean man? A lesson that... No, somebody is asking that question. Somebody is asking. I don't know why somebody is asking. But I think the lady that is asking is a Zimbabwean.
Okay. And also, for this, he wrote a big letter about me to social services here. And from there, social service started coming to for assessment. Because he wanted... in the letter he wants the children and he wants to take the house. How would you do something like that who wants to put you into trouble? I don't know. The thing is, he has cousins who work in the home office, and they have first cousins, and his sister works in the home office here. But because they advised him, and now to be honest, I don't know what to do, because I'm thinking if I sign the letter for him like tomorrow, what will happen to me if the home office asks for evidence? Okay, you've been taking children to school.
Someone said that you need to talk to him to talk to him to start helping you. Need proof of his help to send to home office. Without this, you can't sign the letter without proof of his help. Simple. Think of your career as well. You can't lie.
Yes, so I did. When the mother rang me last week, I said to the mother, if he starts to help me out, childcare is expensive. I pay childminder £1,000 a month here in London. So I say to the mother, if he pays this month's childcare fees, I will sign that paper for you. If he helps me out with childcare at least, I will sign it willingly even tonight. And then the mother said, no, he doesn't have money now. He has been paying lawyers since. So I'm like,
somebody is saying that they mean you should not give false information to the home office. You have to protect your PIN number. I think the best thing for her to do is you scratch your back, you scratch his back, support me financially, and then you can, towards the kids, then you will sign for the kids' sake as well. Tell him what he needs to do, call her, please. And someone said that's why he said it's a user, all what he cares about is his stay. Just do what Lea Tokumbo said. Don't sign till he helps you. Really, if you sign the letter, you will not see him again. That's what somebody else says here. Another person is saying that if the man agrees to help you and you sign the letter, after getting what he wants, he will leave you.
Even when he had the papers there,
yes,
he wanted to leave.
Another person is saying, caller, don't fool yourself. Even if he help you now, he will stop as soon as you sign it.
That's right. 2015, 2016, he had the papers. The visa hadn't yet expired.
Another person said, this man has been using you, and he will continue to use you, to be used. He doesn't love you, and you can't force it. Him and his mom knows they are not for you. Caller, use your head. You can see the sign, walk away and move on with your life. Another person says he thinks he's a clever person. And another person says if he applies based on the kids, I don't think he will, because he's gonna get 2.5. How old are your kids? Somebody is asking.
The children are 4, 5, and 10.
Another listener person, according to this picture I'm looking on the profile, is saying that from what the woman is saying, which is you, this woman is saying that you are still in love with the guy, and the man is not in love with you anymore. So if he can't help you, and your kids, then why considering signing for him? It's a straightforward case. Stop beating about the bush.
It's only because he's the father of the children. And I thought, you know what, these children will need him, whether he's providing not. I don't know. Actually, I'm just.
Somebody is saying that whether you sign it or not, he's still going to need to renew anyway.
That's right. Absolutely.
Everyone here is singing from the same hymn sheet. Is his father going to be on 10 years or 5 years rules? So the situation at the moment is a bit difficult in terms of if you sign, according to the majority that's been putting comments here, they're saying that as soon as you sign for him, he's going to go away. It's going to go away. It's going to go away. So you really have to decide, you know, yes. You have to decide what you want from your mind. An elderly woman that I can see as a senior lady with, by way of looking at her picture, her profile picture here, she's saying that you are still in love with the guy. And love is not something anybody can play with. If your heart is still in love with the person, then it's going to be difficult to walk away. Even if there is ups and downs in the journey, but the heart is what is so dangerous to deal with. If your heart still loves him and his heart doesn't love you anymore, you are going to be you are going to be rubbing with your heart is going to be rubbing with his, but his is not going to be rubbing with yours. So it basically means that once you sign, he can get away with it.
But my question is that if I sign that paper for him,
yeah,
if the Home Office turn up and say, okay, we want more evidence, bring evidence from the school that more evidence that he has been supporting, and it's not there.
Let me be frank with you. Let me be honest with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me be honest with you. If you made any mistake signing without supporting document, you will be under oath or under obligation to produce all the supporting documents Home Office will need in the end.
Huh?
Yes. Because you have given a consent letter to tell them that yes, he is the father of your children, he is reliable, it's okay that they should give it to him. So Home Office is going to go by that. Bear it in mind that they have your passport already that he has taken.
That's right.
And if that is the case, I'm afraid you will probably have an obligation to complete the task.
And the school know that he has never been there. They know.
Well,
so if I say he takes his children to school,
you either decide to do or not to do, but there's no halfway around it.
Wow.
There's no halfway. I need to remind you, there isn't any halfway at all to it. Once you have decided to, you know, to sign documents, then you are under obligation to complete the task. Now, if you think you want to do half of it and refuse to supply the necessary document, I don't think you'll be able to. I don't think you'll be able to get away with it. So I must warn you ahead of the game.
Because I don't have the evidence that he takes children to school, takes them to GP, takes them here. I even just support showing the bank account that he's been putting £20 or even £10.
Okay.
It's not there.
Okay, you have to decide what you want to do. I'm afraid we have to move on. People are now complaining.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. God bless you so much.
Thank you,
so
dear.
much.
Thank you. That caller needs help, but she doesn't know how to go about it. You know, her mind is dribbling. Let's use that English. Won't she be dribbling? So she's thinking whether she should do it for the sake of children. At the same time, she's still reminding herself of the fact that he's not helping. So she's not stable in the mind. That's what I would say. She's not stable, and that's just what I can say. She's not stable at all. She's not stable, you know. Let's look at other points here. I'm on 07908. Call in on 07908 628 240. You know, 628 240. That's the number in. She's still in love with a deadbeat father. Bad person. You can write to the home office yourself and explain why behave like mom, please. Stop. Then if you refuse, that's the problem. Don't sign anything. I did that same mistake and I regret it. He got his paper through using me, but just avoid him. He might end up taking your children from you. You know, a very difficult situation, I must say. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, please go ahead.
Please, ma'am, I have a similar problem with the issue you just posted this afternoon.
Okay.
This evening. I have a partner here in the United Kingdom. He has an indefinite leave to remain. And I have a daughter for him. He has been maltreating me since I was pregnant for him. He even beat me when I was pregnant. So now, I've been telling him to issue my daughter's passport for me, but he has refused, and I need to move on. Because I have no status at all, and I need to move on to apply for my 2.5 years limited leave to remain. So I don't know what to do now.
So you have a partner that has a British passport. So indefinite leave to remain.
Yes.
And he had that indefinite leave to remain at the time your child was born.
Yes, ma'am.
And are you sure that he has applied for passport for the child?
He showed me some text messages that he applied, but I don't believe him. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know how to help me. How you are going to help me, man.
So let's get this right. Who's got the parental responsibility order?
I have. I've got the parental responsibility. My daughter is with me.
So you have parental responsibility order, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
There's a documentation giving you that opportunity.
There's no document, ma'am.
So it's only by word of mouth.
Yes.
Because if there are no orders in place, and if you are the one that has the order or sought for permission, you know, then you could be able to say, okay, you want a specific order. And that specific order, you'll be able to apply with the specific order and with the evidence that the child was born to the father that has indefinite leave to remain at the time of the child's birth. Then you should be able to make application to the Secretary of State for passport for that child, providing you have a specific order in place.
How can I have a specific order, ma'am?
You have to make order to court, so you need to contact the family lawyers.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, contact family lawyer and say, this is the situation you are going through. Is it possible for you to apply for a specific order?
Okay, ma'am.
Or is it possible for you to have a parental responsibility order? Either of the two.
Okay, ma'am.
So if you are able to successfully granted, then it basically means that you'll be able to pick up the form with copy of his passport, of the guy's passport, to show that he has indefinite leave to remain, or British passport at the time the child was born.
Okay, ma'am.
And then you take it on from there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
07908 628 is the number we are on now. The question we are asking is that, is it okay for the partner to withhold passport? Is it okay? Hello? Hello? Yeah, good evening to you. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Thank you, sir.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Please, I got a similar thing. I don't know. I saw your live chat now.
Okay.
I got a similar thing. I brought a lady from Nigeria. I'm a British citizen, and she's on 2.5 years. And I think the marriage doesn't work. So what do I do, and how do I go about it? She still got 2.5 years.
Say it again. Say that again.
I said I brought a lady from Nigeria, and she got her 2 years at spouse visa, and I think the marriage is not working. So what do I do? Because I know she will need me in a couple of months.
You brought a lady from Nigeria. You got married to her. You applied for her to have a spouse visa to come to UK.
Yes.
What makes you think that the marriage is not working?
It's not working, even we've separated over 9 months now.
So where is she? Where is she staying?
I don't even know where she's staying, but she's still in the UK anyway.
So you are not living together anymore?
Of course, yes, please.
I won't advise you to confiscate that, to revoke that status. The problem is just that when she's going for the second term, she's going to need you, and then she will have that problem there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you. Is that okay? Yes. The guy said that he brought a lady from Nigeria under spouse visa. They have separated for the past 9 months. And he wants to know what to do. Well, the law says, let us be realistic to each other. The law says that if you're no longer living together as man and woman, you must notify the Secretary of State for changes of condition. So that is the law. Yeah? So the truth of it is that the moment you are not living together anymore and she has taken her things and moved away from your house, the law says that you must notify Secretary of State that you are no longer together anymore. Abi? Is that not what you want to hear from me? Yeah? You haven't missed that much. Don't worry. Yes. The fact that she's a lady doesn't mean that the guy cannot call home office for her, because the lady usually call home office for them as well for him. So it's go both ways. It's you know, what goes round come round. So the situation here is that he can easily call home office and say, hold on a minute, I brought her in under spouse visa, but unfortunately our relationship is not going as we planned, and we have separated, we have moved, you know, so we have gone our different ways since how many months? So you do have an obligation to notify the Secretary of State in actual fact, as long as the person is no longer in your property, no longer in your house. But the one that is still living with you under your household, I don't think it is appropriate for you to make a phone call to the Secretary of State. I think that would be too wicked. I think it would be too wicked. Jokes, yeah, Josh, only drop it like it's hot, ma. Ma, I have a similar case with that man, but I have a child for him. Phone in on 07908 628240 07908 628240. We are here to answer the queries or the problem you may be having. You know, we are here to deal with the matter, so do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. There is a problem. It appears there is a problem with age difference with the last caller. Did you study psychology? Yeah. Psychology, yeah. Because I sense it as well. Yeah, Mrs. Florence Ikpeme. Did you study psychology? Because I sense what you sense. That it seems that there is that thing there. Hello?
Hello, ma.
Yes, good evening to you. Please lower your device for us to enjoy what is happening here.
Okay, ma.
Yeah.
My situation is my ex.
Yeah.
We had a child together when I was running a visa.
Okay.
And then the relationship break down. He's not involved in the child's life. All he wants is to use the child to extend his visa. Mm. He took me to court, which took about 1 year, 1 month, just for us to come to agree on child contact order. But he got the contact order finally. But the child hasn't got passport and she's not been registered as British. And his visa ends on 22nd of this month. But despite every effort I was trying to get him involved in the life of the child and stay out of trouble, he is still adamant and arrogant, claiming well the child is British and he has the right to extend his stay on the child. I said, well, I'm not saying that is not right, but you're not even involved in the child's life. All you want to do is just try to show to everybody that she's your child and you have the right to extend on her.
take me slowly on this case. You are the father.
I am the mother.
You are the mother. Oh my God! Look at your voice. Very commanding.
Sorry. I'm under pressure. It's just too much of me.
That is fine. You'll be all right. Just calm yourself down. You'll be okay. So, the kids or the child?
The child.
The child.
Yes.
Is it born to a British father?
No. When I acquired the status for him in the first instance.
What do you have?
Now I have British. Then I was holding a visa which he depended on.
So what is the problem?
The problem now is he wants to make an extension on the child. And the child is not even being
registered. And is he living with you in the house?
No, he's left the house 2 years ago. He took me to court, got a child order. So what I want to know is the order enough for him to extend on it?
He's got court order.
Yeah.
Did he took you to court?
He took me to court for contact order. That if he gets the contact order, automatically that is enough for him to extend his stay.
And what about the copy of the child's passport?
He can't even afford money to make a passport for the child.
So he probably have your copy of your passport.
Well, he stole, because I've been hearing so many people say, he stole the copy of the 10th passport.
How do I know? I knew that was the guarantee to show that the child is... That's the guarantee for him to tell the Home Office that the child was born British.
But now, everything is changed. Then I wasn't a British.
Yeah, but the child is British. Now what is the child?
She's 4 now.
Yeah, so the child is British. And the child...
I had that when I was running visa.
When you have no...
When I had no indefinite date, that was when I had the child.
Okay. So it was 4 years ago. But the child at the moment now, the guy got your passport now. Copy of your passport is with him.
The copy of my passport.
The copy is with him. And it's got court order.
The copy of my indefinite is with him.
Uh-huh.
My old name. Because I've had to change my name and change my status now.
Court order. What about the court order? Which name is it on?
Order. The court order I was then my ex name. But now I've changed to my maiden name. Which is not even his name.
Okay. Carelessly, Home Office may grant him. Carelessly. Yes. Carelessly, Home Office probably will grant that status.
Because he wasn't giving the child any financial support. He's asking me to go to child maintenance. I said, well, I'm not going to child maintenance.
Why not? Why don't you want to go there?
Because I know all he's trying to do is trying to get evidence. But the thing is, even if I take him to child maintenance, he has a way of working that he doesn't want to get involved with the child. Financially, he's not supporting the child, and I'm not bothered because he's such a troublemaker and illiterate, and I just decided, well, stay off me and let me have peace with the child. But my fear now is
let us read comment from line, because that's the purpose of bringing this case to the public, because I can easily solve it in the office, you know, but intentionally I brought it to the public to look at it. Anyone that doesn't take responsibility on their child should not be supported by the mother in most cases.
He must have stolen my copy of my last passport. Well, I've got a new passport now. Wouldn't the Home Office try and verify? I
think they should. If you did you declare that one lost?
Well, I declared. No, my status just changed. I'm from indefinite and I have British.
Because someone is saying, my dear, declare your passport stolen and get a new one. That's what some chief advisor, to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. That's the advice they are giving here. Some chief advisor.
Man, you know what I'm saying now?
Yes.
He has the copy of my passport with the visa, not even the one with indefinite. So is that sufficient enough for him?
Copy of your passport with the indefinite.
Yeah, he hasn't got that.
But does the copy of your passport, the name on the passport, does it tally with the court order? Does she give them? Did he give them the right name for the court order to be issued?
No.
Because it has to be the same name on the child birth certificate for the order.
Well, the name on the child birth certificate is his own name.
Another person said that he's not an illiterate when you were together. Now he's one. Now he's one.
Yeah, I accept that responsibility.
And he's irresponsible. Agreed. Somebody said that. Someone is saying that you should just declare your passport stolen and get a new one.
Well, the name on the child passport then was my ex name. But now I'm going back to my maiden name. So the name on the child's passport, the name on the child birth certificate is different from the name on my passport now.
They're going to ask for further information from you, so wait and quote my English.
Because his visa has expired on the 22nd and I'm waiting for him to come back. I am going to give him all he needs, but he must pay me. Because he left us with nothing and he didn't support it.
Okay, my dear. How much is he going to pay you that will cover all the expenses on the children for life?
He's not going to cover the expenses. The child is my responsibility. But I just want him to, because he's got other children, which I made him take responsibility over, and before he turns the table against me.
Wait until the Secretary of State writes to you, because I think they will write to you on the documentation. And if he's not careful, they might be saying that he stole some of the documents.
Okay.
But there is so much happening, so I don't want to say that much with those other people that the other side that will be advising him.
They are advising him because what he does is go about telling people she's a useless woman, she's this, she's that. But it's this same useless woman taking responsibility of your own child, and the child is got sickle cell, which he doesn't even have a clue about.
Somebody said there is something fishy. She needs to go and swear an affidavit to clarify the true name of the child. I don't know about that.
But his own name is not changing. It's my own name changing.
Yeah, but it's you that they are saying that you should go and do an affidavit to clarify the true name of your child.
The child bears his name. I don't think I need that. What I just want to know is it possible for him to have an extension without the Home Office verifying from me?
Because there is a bit of changes in your documentation, the Home Office will call you. They will write to you.
Okay.
I think that is where the problem will start. It hasn't started.
Okay.
Yes. But it's a complicated. I think it's a complicated one.
I was thinking he's going to sober and apologize and let peace reign before going to do his extension. But he remains arrogant, saying he's going to deal with me. I don't know what I've done that he should punish me.
He remains arrogant. Anyway, wait until the Secretary of State write to you, but I think that will definitely take place because of the changes in the name.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, my dear. Take care.
Okay.
Bye. Hello? Yeah, hi.
Yes. Is this the show currently streaming, yeah?
Yeah, talking about Lagbayi show, yes. Yes.
Yes, okay. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. I'm just trying to find out, right? And this is it's not actually in relation to what you're talking about, but you have that, anyway, slightly similar. I'm just trying to find out, is it possible for an individual to apply to make an application to the Secretary of State without a solicitor?
What type of application you want to make to the Secretary of State?
Okay. It has to do with somebody who's been suspended from the country for about 10 years, was removed from the country, so you have the 10-year ban on the birth, which has expired early this year.
That is cancellation.
Sorry?
It's cancellation of an order, deportation order. Yeah, it's a cancellation. Right. So it has to be cancelled first. You have to make an application. It says there's a separate application, but I can't remember the form on my head. But I know there's a separate application to cancel it. To cancel the order. Because it's an order in place. Don't forget it's an order. That person...
That's the question I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay, in reference to that, would an individual do it on their own?
Why not? If you're eloquent enough to quote law.
Right.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right then. And so how long will it usually take to have that process?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know because it's not something that I do very often.
Okay.
Yes, I have to be honest with you. I don't do it at all. So I won't know how many hours it takes or how many years or more.
That's fine. That's fine. And I'm going to ask you a question again. Now, I have made some inquiries about that, right? And I'm just trying to weigh up my options to see whether this particular solicitor I'm using is playing me out. Because I was supposed to pay a certain amount to open a file, which I did. And this particular solicitor said it took 28 days. This was like way back in in May, June, right? Now, he said it would take 28 days. 28 days have come and gone. But I haven't seen anything from the solicitor. I've chased it up, but it's not coming through with it. The next message said the solicitor said to me was that he knows somebody who works in there and, he can get the person to give us the information we need to find out if, to find out what the status is. So here's my thing. If you knew somebody in there already, why are you charging me this amount of money which I've paid you and you're not giving me a feedback after the so-called 28 days? That's what I want to know. What are my options? Could I apply it myself? Did I actually apply for that? That was it, or what has been taken up?
I have to be plain and honest with you. I don't get my hands stained in things of that nature when people will be saying that they know somebody inside. My job, exactly. My job is to make a direct application and then do the recorded delivery to the Secretary of State Department. Do you understand? You cannot follow the you can't follow the English of I know somebody inside. That is not straightforward, and that can affect.
I appreciate where you're coming from because this is what I say, because I'm very faithful and direct, and I'll go straight to the door and not because I have to back up to the main office, so I will. I'm very, very faithful in that respect. So I don't believe that I know somebody. But when the solicitor started telling me you know somebody,
is it a solicitor from inside the country, from United Kingdom, or from outside?
Oh, yes.
And is the application inside or outside?
The application is inside.
It's not possible. Who are you going to know? What is your problem? What is the problem of that lawyer? Who are you going to know to make application with the Home Office here? You make proper application and submit it directly. Who are you going to know? I don't believe that. Don't waste your money.
Unfortunately, I've been pushed to pay the money.
No, but you have to be pushed to go and collect it back. It's easy because he will not want you to make noise. Trust me, just go and get your money back, and that's simple English.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
You're most welcome. You see, the thing is that we need to get the priority right. You're not illiterate, you're educated. This is United Kingdom. This is not a third country. We have people beat around the bush to get things or go offline, off queue to get things done. In the United Kingdom, you have to go through the proper channel, go through the normal stakeholder. Stakeholder could be the Home Office, it could be the Passport Office, it could be the HM Revenue, it could be the court. Those are the people in charge. Stakeholder. Thank you, Adewumi. It's a public arena, so as such we should know what question to put forward. But nevertheless, if you ask me a dumb question, I give you a dumb answer. Believe me, without fear. Because it's a public arena, we should be prepared our mind to know what type of question we have to put forward. The question we are dealing with on today's talk show is it okay to withhold passport from your partner? Does the partner have that right to refuse to release the passport to the other partner? Does he have right? Where is the line drawn on the issue of parental responsibility? Majority of this problem occur because there is a father with too many women out there. So he places that advantage over them because there is a man and probably have 2, 3, 4, 5 women with kids in the name of women wanted British passport so that they can make status for themselves. But there is always the go about things cleaning and clearly. And a man as well probably returned back home because he realized that the lady is now with a British passport or a settlement status. So as a result of that, he's thinking of taking that advantage. So it's both ways, you know. So in the UK, yeah, of course, you have to go through the normal channel. There's no back door here. When a question is being asked in a public arena here, I'm prepared to answer it in a public arena as well. So we see who's going to get loose out. Hello? So we're on 07908 628240 on 079, yeah, 07908 628240. You know, so I think our sound is good enough for us to go ahead. I don't think we should have any problem with the sound issue. We're on 07908 628240. The question we're still asking each other, yeah, is it okay? Is it okay? You know, my partner refused to release my child British passport. What can I do? That's the question we're handling at the moment now. Join me live now on 07908 628240. Soft talk, because it's issues that involve children. So we should be very careful. And the other person is very tired, as she probably may have gone through so many headache on this matter. So we just have to be careful the way we respond in this situation. Soft talk. It's not a hard talk. You know that I will tell you from the inception if it's an hard talk. It is not a hard talk. It's a soft talk. Soft talk. We are 07908 628240. Please like and share. People have not shared enough. Let other people benefit from this. There is no point in us. We have about 182 people viewing us right now. 184 people. Please let every individual share us now. Each person, please share it instead of you just taking advantage. Each person, can you please share it and let other people make common sense from it? Please. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, à ń bẹ̀ yín ni, nǹkan tó ń jẹ àwọn èèyàn lógún lélẹ̀ tó ń jẹ wọ́n lọ́kàn. People are really suffering. So when you're on a program, please try láti máa share àwọn, especially situation like this, you know. Yes, please, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ bá wa share individually, ẹ bá wa share ní kọ̀ọ̀kan. 184 person ló wà bí 170, 179. Ẹ share ní kọ̀ọ̀kan, one at a time. It doesn't make sense when you are sharing one program 10 times. Kò make sense say mi tèmi. What makes sense to me is that one person per person. Ìyẹn ló make sense. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń share ní kíní yẹn, please help us to share it. That is the only way you can help people. It is not by carrying Bible or carrying Quran and preaching sermon. Let it help people. No, please let us share it one by one. Please, it's the only way to help people. You understand? Please do us that favor. Hugely. Thank you, Boss Ade Osagi. Thank you, Adewumi Faith, Adeola Rogers, Adeola Koka. Thank you, Mrs. Ipeme. Thank you, everybody, for sharing it. Thank you. Please, this is really bothering people. So thank you, Fatima. When you are on a program, please let us share, especially when you're on my line. Please let us help people. Let us help them. That's the whole idea of my line. My line is not just for me to come and show off my clothes. It's for me to show off my brain, to help people to understand, let's educate people and let them know what to do when they are in a situation like this.
Hello, ma.
Yes. Hello there. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Yes, ma. I'm going to ask the question on behalf of my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. He has a lady that they both have a child together. But when my brother wanted to apply, the lady gave him everything needed, like a passport and a letter. But by the time he submitted to the Home Office, they asked for NHS card or any certificate. So by the time they asked for, they both are not in good terms anymore. So the question now is that if she didn't release the NHS card or certificate, is there going to be any problem? Or
if who didn't release what?
The mom didn't release the NHS card because the Home Office asked my brother to bring NHS card or any school certificate for the child. So the passport, the copy of
Okay.
But still, Home Office is still asking for any NHS card of the child or any school certificate. So it shows that maybe the guy is responsible for something, I think, but the lady is not giving they are no more in good terms at the moment. But before, when things are going on very well, she gave him the passport. So what we want to know is that since we can't provide the NHS or certificate, is it going to affect my brother or not?
Who can't provide the certificate?
Hello?
Who can't provide the certificate? Tell me.
Sorry. The Home Office is asking for the child certificate from school or any NHS card for the child.
Because that if from your brother, isn't it?
Yeah, no, from the mom of the child.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. The question I want to clarify with you now is that this child is in question is staying with who? The mom or the dad?
With the mother.
So who wants to have documents on that child?
The father.
So that means that the father is not in the child's life. He just wants it on application, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not that easy. Let's be straightforward. The father needs to show himself to the school that he's a responsible man. Try to attend meetings.
He's not allowing. The mom said he doesn't because he has married other person. So he said he doesn't want another father for his child.
So how do you go about it now?
But he has given him before the passport copy of the child and his own when the things were so good between them. So when he submitted those applications to the Home Office now requested for the child's NHS card or any school activities document. But now the lady in question said she's not going to give it out anymore.
Because they are not in good terms, isn't it?
Yes.
So they need court order.
He has already submitted the passport, child passport.
So which means that they need to take it forward to court. Both of them need to resolve matter before the superior, which is the court jurisdiction. They need to take the case forward, because if it continues like that, then both of them will just continue to be on loggerhead.
Okay, ma.
Do you understand?
Okay, ma. So they have to go to court.
Yes.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much.
Because even without court order, he won't be able to get anything from the Home Office anymore now. Because I have evidence before me here that the Home Office insists that you should go and get court order if you want to make application under your child directly now.
Okay, ma. Maybe that's what we are going to do now.
Yes.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much, ma.
You're most welcome. It is not a joking matter at all. That is why I put it there that it's soft one, because there is so much happening. You know, there is so much going on. Hello? Hello? Yeah, good evening to you.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I just want to quickly confirm something from you. I really appreciate your comment and your everything you're doing on Facebook. God will bless you.
Thank you.
I just want to quickly ask you something about I got a child from British mother, but she don't want to release the document for me for the past year. The child is going to be 1 year tomorrow. But she don't want to release the document for me. I'll be being restricting on her.
The mom is refusing to release documents.
Yes, ma'am.
If all of you that are online if you have been following us since the beginning of this program, you will note that I was right with this program that we come up with the topic today. It's a huge problem in our community, a large problem in the UK now. And I don't know why it's becoming so large in this manner. Now, you guys are not living together, so it shows that you are not in good terms.
We are not living together.
But are you maintaining your child?
Yeah, I'm being necessary thing on her.
What do you mean by necessary things?
I'm buying a cloth every month. I'm giving her money every week. But she refuses to read the document.
So is she getting money from you direct from the account, or you are just giving it by hand without evidence?
I'm paying it through my brother's account.
You paying through your brother's account?
Yeah.
But what about you and the mom? Do you talk with the mom of the child?
Yeah.
Do you talk? Do you, both of you, are you in good time? Are you in talking term?
We are in good time before. I just make up my mind to leave her for the moment. I just leave her for the moment. That's why I didn't talk to her for like a couple of weeks.
Oh, you just leave her for the moment, yeah? Why do you say you just leave her for the moment?
Because she normally do something that pisses me off, that's why.
She did something that put you off?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But how often do you see your child? Because I'm following my fans on here. The question they ask is that, do you see your child?
I do normally see her once in 3 weeks or 2 times in 3 weeks.
You see child how many?
2 times I saw her last 3 weeks.
Twice in a week or twice in 1 month?
Twice in a week or once in 2 weeks.
So do they know you at the child's school, or is the child is not of school age?
She hasn't parents. She's going to be 1 year tomorrow.
Oh, okay. The baby is also a baby.
Yeah.
Somebody say most of the parents are self-centered. All they want is documentation. They don't care about the poor children involved. God. Is there a parental responsibility order in place? Is there a court order giving you the contact order? Is there a contact order?
I won't do anything on that. I just want to do. I just want her to read the comment for me. That's what I want from her at the moment.
Now you need contact order. You have to put order in place now. If you don't have court order, court will not. Home office will not listen to you. Since you and the lady are not in good time, and you're not living together, there has to be contact order, and there has to be evidence of money going into the child's account. Are you with me?
I'm hearing you.
There has to be contact order. So you need to go to court and make application to court. So you need a family lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. You too. Bye. You see, overnight ratification will not do this business. Let's be frank with each other and be realistic. Overnight turn up will not do the business. Overnight turn up, it won't do it. What will take you out of this mess is to go to court and have order in place. Nobody's above law. Nobody's above the law. Nobody. Even the Her Majesty II that we say she's above the law, if her car is driven and she's not in the car, that car will be parked. The driver will, if it's overspeeding car, they will park that car. As long as Queen is not inside the car, they will ask that driver to park, and he will get his fine because Queen is not in the car at that time. So it shows that after Queen, no one is above the law. The point I'm trying to raise here is that you guys or you ladies, you cannot turn up overnight and thinking that you want to get things rectified in that manner. You understand? It takes two to tango, and the only better way to get two people to tango in this kind of situation, it is just the way you put the approach to the other person. Because I have seen many instances that people have gone to the Home Office and report their partner, and Home Office have revoked, and Home Office is saying, if you want to continue to be in this country, you have to go to court and have court order. There is no smart person other than the only way you get smarter is to be reading determination and decisions. Because the textbooks is only white and black, and it's not enough for me. So, in this kind of scenario, if you are in this situation, we are on 07908. We are on 07908 628240. That is the number we are now. So if you want to join us on the program, please call on 07908 628240. If you are just coming on board, can you please like and share for us so that people that are in this situation will be aware. And I'm always on every Friday evening to discuss talk show of this nature. It could be on anything. this is what I have hugely on my diary. So that's why I brought it up today. You know, I have it so huge. 07908 628240. If you call me and flash me, don't forget I have power to block you. Don't forget that I have power to block you. You know, don't forget that I have power. You know, don't forget that I have power to block your viewing. You know, if you're flashing me, because I don't have that time. But I know that the person is not flashing me. She wanted to speak to me, but she realized that I'm a public arena. So that's why she went off quickly. So she's not flashing. Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. I'm so sorry to disturb you. I messaged you on Facebook.
I'm on the program now. Are you okay to talk? It's up to you.
Oh, yeah. No problem. But if you're busy, I can call.
I'm on a public program now. So if you want to talk, you can talk. But it's not. I don't think it's a topic that relates to your topic.
Okay. No, please. I want to bring my fiancé into UK. I live in UK, but with my parents. Because of the laws that are changing now, because I'm an EU citizen.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to bring him if it's possible by next year. But I don't know how much I can have financially to bring him here. Or I don't know if he should just ask for visa too. He should just apply for visa because he has been to UK once before.
You want to bring your fiancé or your parents? That's not the topic I'm dealing with anyway, but I want to do you a favor to answer you.
All right, ma'am.
You want to bring your fiancé? Are you married? You're not married, so
No.
your application to get him in may not succeed. And if you want to mention that he's coming on a visit visa, then you have to make it clear that he has a strong community ties with Nigeria and that he's going to return back at the end of his visit. So you should be prepared to make an undertaking that the guy is going to return back at the end of his visit. If not, application will not go through. Yeah?
Okay, so there's no. Oh, okay. I was thinking maybe there's a visa that he can be able to. Maybe we can get married here.
Yeah, FLC visa is the same procedure as if you're bringing him in under spouse. You know, but you have to book a hall for party. You have to contact the registry ready. You have to have a date and have everything. Then you can get him under fiancé visa. But you have to go through the normal routine as if you are bringing him in under spouse visa. So the salary requirement must be met at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But, yes, ma'am. But I don't know how much I'm going to have, like, financially.
It's still the same figure, 18,600.
10,600.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're most welcome. Thank you. Bye. She's been chasing me around, so I think she's done well to get hold of me today. She has been chasing me around for a while. You are right, but marriage based on trust. Yes. Stop the distraction, flashing flashers. Exactly. In the 60s and 70s, love at first sight worked, but not in this era where everyone has their own motive for getting married. Hello.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to you. Good evening to you, sister.
Yeah, I have this question, ma'am.
Please go ahead.
I've been looking after my daughter since she was 2 months old.
Okay.
And she turned 10 last month.
Okay.
Yeah, my question now is that the baby father, he doesn't look after her and he doesn't even bother to give us money. Fortunately, I remarried and I have other 2 children with somebody that gave me my residency in this country anyway. My question is that I'm trying to apply for my daughter for a British passport. And this lunatic of a person is texting me, wishing the daughter happy birthday. Can you understand where I'm coming from, ma?
Yes, carry on, carry on.
And he hasn't said anything yet. He hasn't said anything, but I know that it's coming to come and reap where he did not sow. I don't know if I should hold on not to apply for the British passport yet, or I should go ahead.
So you are smelling that the father of the child is greeting you to say happy birthday to the child because he will need your help.
Exactly. child I've been looking after since she was 2 months old.
How is this child now?
She's 10 now. She turned 10. When they are doing their own, people will be saying, oh, leave them. But now, the ball is in my court now. And it's coming. You know, our Nigerian people, they will be coming, for long. Emma worry. Along to Larry. I don't want to hear that. And so that's why I want to seek an advice. Maybe I should hold on not to apply for the British passport yet, or I should go ahead. Because this guy, he made me suffer. He ridiculed my parents.
And you know the worst scenario. You know the worst scenario. People will not see what you have passed through.
I passed through a lot in this country.
You understand? People will not know what you have gone through in that journey. It is when you start reacting, then they take it against you. There is one kind of advice I gave in a similar program. I don't know whether it's last Friday or previous Friday. People actually inboxed me directly and said, no, I should not give opinion on it. That I am prejudiced. That I'm like supporting ladies in that advice.
No, it's not about supporting ladies.
Do you understand?
There are good men outside, there are bad ones.
Exactly.
There are so many marriages that collapse, but the baby father, they still ask after the child, do whatever they need to do. You know, when this kind of situation comes, you will not even be able to say no. For the baby father that do their responsibility. But this one doesn't do anything at all. He doesn't even ask after her. I remember when I was alone, when I haven't remarried, I'll be calling him. Are you not coming to school PTA? He said, if I've died, will you be calling me? Can't you do the father? Can't you do the mother? Why are you calling me? Be insulting me. There was a time he told me that don't call me again. Whatever you want to say, you can text me. He ridiculed me, not even small. He ridiculed me a lot. Now he's wishing the daughter happy birthday. He was the first person to remember the birthday on that day, 3 a.m. in the morning. Because I don't even know what to do. Now when I applied and the British passport come back, people will be begging me, oh, please, don't do that, don't do this. So I just want to seek an advice. Should I hold on and hold my money, or should I go ahead and apply for the girl? Because I don't know what to do, to be honest.
You see, if I give advice and say don't apply passport for your child, you are depriving that child an opportunity that she's entitled to.
Exactly.
And school trip may come up anytime. You might not be in a position to quickly apply for passport at that time. You may probably be on X-ray, on work training, and busy, and this child must travel. So I will be giving advice that you should proceed to go and make application for your child. Apply for child passport. Go ahead and do your child's passport. Do the registration and go ahead and get it done. Don't deprive the child because of the father's attitude. They're not the same.
Okay.
Yes. On the issue of the father coming round to beg you, there has to be issue of contacts in place, and there has to be financial order. Is there marriage certificate between two of you?
No, but we get married in the Muslim rights in this country anyway.
That doesn't take you far. To all ladies that are out there that are listening to me, try to let a man take you to the altar instead of you just doing it around the corner. Because in case of situation like this,
we didn't do around the corner, but it's a Muslim one, not the.
But you will not be able to use the Muslim one now to have the financial order. But if there is marriage certificate and you want to divorce, Court will have helped you to do the financial order. As a result of that, there will be no clean break between two of you. Section 25A of the Matrimonial Causes Act will kick in. If I know what I'm talking.
Okay, ma.
Do you understand?
I do. Thank you, ma.
It's
Thank
okay,
you
my
very
dear.
much,
It's
ma.
okay. I'm really sorry. That's the only way to go about it. Just get the passport for the child.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
Okay, dear.
Have a nice evening.
You too. Thank you. You see, it has come to a stage that we should be frank when we are talking on a show like this, sometimes, occasionally. Don't let me all the time beat around the bush and be covering and be using my hand to pampering you. Don't let us do it. Don't let us do it. If you have marriage certificate in place, you see, engagement does not give you anything. I have been saying it. Engagement is to give your friends food to eat and community to eat. Allah care. You see, engagement is just for you to give food. In Yoruba language, they say, Baba gbọ́, ìyá gbọ́. Kí ni bàbá kan tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ gan? Kí ni ìyá ń gbọ́? Pẹ̀lú kí ni? Do you understand? Baba koko gbọ́, ìyá koko no dey hear. The only way to go about it is registry. Go to court, church marriage, registry, Church of England, proper registry. Court marriage, court registry. And that is the only way that if things is not going well anymore, you will go through court and dissolve the marriage. And when you put the children's name there and joint liability will come to that effect, will come to it as well. Then you start talking points. At that stage, you will be able to list all the things that he's supposed to be doing in the house that he has not done for you. Do you understand? You will be able to list all the expenses and they'll be able to share it. You'll be able to go through it and share it. Why do you think many of us like this caliber cannot go through divorce? Why do you think many of us cannot have a man friend anyhow? Because Oma jẹ gbèsè boni, fat. Oma jẹ gbèsè boni, they will slice your wealth because there's marriage certificate in being. You understand? You are just going to be in a big deficit if there's marriage certificate and you have wealth and you messed up. The other party that is innocent in the journey is careful. Will be careful with you and will be ready to slash your wealth to the pieces last minute. Because immediately case is in court, judge will be putting order on all your properties immediately. None of them must be sold anymore. The moment the case is in court, they will look at the year of marriage, the year you have acquired wealth, the year you have done things. During the marriage, they look at it, assess it, the things that you have acquired in your marriage. During that marriage, if you are saying that the bank accounts are in your own name, that they are single account, you are deceiving yourself. At the day of marriage, it will be sliced. The properties will be sliced at the date of divorce, rather. So it is very, very important. Please, ladies and gentlemen dear, try to see if you can be leading each other to altar. And forget about the bull crap of engagement. Engagement is nothing. I have got so many clients with many engagements in their lifetime. I have got so many clients with many introductions in their lifetime. Men will walk away from me that it pleases them when they are no longer finding you enjoyable. And that is why they will not lead you to altar, because they will use engagement to punish you. A lot of ladies use engagement to deceive themselves, but it doesn't take you anywhere. As soon as the relationship is not juicy anymore, it's not sweet anymore, the guy walk over you, walk away from you. You understand? And that is why there's a lot of problem in terms of all these unnecessary passport issue. Because if there's marriage certificate in place, Kotobe Latibe messed up. He's not having it. She can't do it. Because there's marriage certificate that will be making order. It's a piece of paper that's very solid and very strong. It's a piece of paper that is important sometimes. And when you want to dissolve, so that when the relationship is not going ahead smoothly anymore, you can easily dissolve it in court. As long as the marriage is a year and a day old. A year and a day old, you can bring it to an end. But at least there will be no clean break in a situation where you have children or joint liabilities. Buying cars together, buying properties together, having bank accounts together. You cannot dissolve such marriage easily because there are joint liabilities inside it. Hello?
I'm enjoying this your conversation so much.
Thank you, dear.
And one other thing that I would please beg you to tell your listeners, can you please advise our Nigerian women that when they are doing property, especially land in Nigeria, they should stop putting Mr. and Mrs. Meaning that they should put Mrs. and Mr. John and Mrs. James Lagbaja and not Mr. and Mrs. Lagbaja because
it could be anybody.
you can imagine how dubious Nigerians are when it comes to claiming property.
Jesus.
Especially when the husband dies, the husband's family go there and collect, oh, it is for my son. The wife did not work, oh, it's only their son that works. You understand me? Please advise our women how to put their name on property, house or land or shop or anything in our community, both Nigeria, abroad, wherever. It is not Mr. and Mrs. Lagbaja, it's Mrs. Jane, Mr. John and Mrs. Jane Lagbaja.
Fantastic. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Did you hear that advice? I love it. Whether somebody is saying that it's a bad advice or not, keep it to yourself. That advice could make common sense in future. So whoever is writing that it's a bad advice, keep it to yourself. That is coming to my head and to people that need the advice into their head. If it doesn't sink into your head, Mr. Whatever, you don't have to fight anybody on my line. Do you understand? When you are making an application, you are buying a property with somebody with your partner, your husband, over there or anywhere, you will use Mrs. Tokumbo Olagbaye clearly and Mr. So Olagbaye clearly. You will not use Mr. and Mrs. Olagbaye. That is the typical example. That's what he's saying. She's saying. And somebody is telling me, no, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Only bad advice. You need to go through the storm together. Which storm? We don't know what you mean by bad advice, Mr. Donald Pierce. I will not block you for now. I will let you put in another comment before I will decide to clear you off if you are a bad apple. But if you are not a bad apple, I will leave you. You know, I will leave you and enjoy your conversation, your comments again. Which storm? Exactly, Emily Fashew. God bless you. Which storm I'm going together? Do you understand? You see, when you join a platform, try to be an adult, appropriate adult. Luckily, it's all every one of us on this platform, we are over 18. So it means that we should be able to listen to simple instruction. Which storm? You understand? Let us farabale. The relationship storm. Donald is answering me, so I'm not going to block Donald. But don't say bad advice, Donald. Don't say bad advice. You follow things on concurrently. Do you understand? Don't say bad advice. What about it? I bought the property with my own money and not joint. Oloye Otomokbo. Who storm help? Bad apple, kilo day. You see, every time I'm on my program, you always make me laugh. I love you guys. I love you guys. But that lady's advice, please let it sink inside your head. It's not a bad advice at all. Thank you, Emily Fashion. It is not a bad advice at all. Try to let it sink inside the head there, instead of you just walk away from that advice. There's no little advice on my platform, and that is the purpose of bringing this type of topic to the public. This topic I'm dealing with today, I can easily deal with it in my office. But because I note in my diary that I have had that complaint more than 10, 12 people from 12 people, both he and she. And that's the reason why I say, okay, enough. I need to bring it to public and see if you can get some advice and through some of the research I have done and see the way forward. You understand? In KMD, what if it is in the man's name? How do you change it if you are building the house together? Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Wahala, wow. I like your question, Ikemdi. What of if it's in the man's name? What do I do? How do we do it when you are building the house together? How do you change the name? It's a big issue. Storm call hurricane. Ida Omawumi, you started again. You are back of my life. You're welcome. They put it together as husband and wife. Is this should be identified as priority of Mr. John and Mr. So. You see, the question Ikemdi is asking is what we need to look at. You know, you are taking me away from the main topic now, but it's still about family and relationship. You know, what if it's in the man's name? I think it will create an issue in the family. Women be wise. Kenny Ojo said it. Whoever that bought the property write his or her name in capital letter. What of if it is the woman that is doing the buying? The things are very complex. You see, the thing is that, let me just see, in terms of marriage, if there is marriage certificate and it's only one of you that bought the property, it belongs to both of you in a situation where there's divorce suit. Yes. It's just that some countries' law are so corrupt in a way that it's very difficult to put case forward properly before their judges. Some countries are very corrupt, but if it's under United Kingdom jurisdiction, I can vividly say that the property bought in one person's name in marriage, during marriage, or even after before marriage, it will be shared. You will share it together. Under landlord and property, under land and property in the UK, which is the HM Land Registry in the United Kingdom, because I practiced conveyancing for many years here in the UK before I moved into immigration. I can easily tell you that if the properties is in the UK, even if you are not legally married to the man and you are living in the same house and you have lived there for over 2 years and you have child together, at least one, go and put caution on the property. There's what we call caution. You will caution it. There's one time I was doing conveyancing for an Arab people from Dubai, and dubiously some people wanted to have access to the property, or the man wanted to sell the property without him knowing that one of his wives, because Arab wives are many, 3, 4, 5 wives, one of the wives has traveled to United Kingdom, very clever, intelligent English scholar. She has sought advice from English lawyer in the UK. They have assisted her to put caution on the property. The property is located at Bayswater. At that time in 2007, 2008, I refer to, or 2007, about 2006 and 7 before the recession. The property worth about half a million at Bayswater then. Because I was one handling the transaction. I was supposed to complete the transaction. But I was the one that deduced the document. I deduced the document from HM Land Registry. And I realized that there was a caution on it. So I told the guy, I said, listen, I'm sorry. Who is this person? And he said, oh, it's one of his baby's mom. I said, I'm sorry. There's a caution on the property from her that you can never sell that property without the lady's consent. He screamed his head off. He screamed. He said, what? He said he's going to kill her. I said, what are you going to kill her for? What are you going to kill her for? She's trying to protect her interests and the interests of the children. So she put caution on the property. Yes, it's the lawyer's advice. Yeah, I usually advise people, put caution on it. So when you put caution, if your name is not on the HM Land Registry document, file in another application separately and put caution on it. When you put caution on it here, the property cannot be sold without your consent in future. Lo batan. Lo batan. Sorry, in a situation like that, I will not put my money down. You won't know. So that is the situation. Most of Nigerian boys in Europe, they get married for paper. 85% of them. Great job, ma'am. Thank you, Dola. Land. God bless you so much for this. God bless you too, sir. Lady me. Okay, Donna, give your own advice now. Let's hear. God bless you too, Ademini. Storm call, hurricane. Yes, ma. If they brought it together as husband and wife, is it should be identified as property of Mr. John and Mrs. Jane Lagbaja and not Mr. and Mrs. Lagbaja? Yes, Emily Fashion. It is, the lady said it and I know about it already. Don't do Mr. and Mrs. Lagbaja. Do Mrs. Kehinde, Mr. Kehinde Lagbaja and Mrs. Iyabo Lagbaja. So it is spelled correctly on the documentation, which basically means that on passing of either of you, especially when the man passed away, the husband's family cannot come anyhow, you know, to come and take over carelessly. Because it's been said that there's so much happening. Thank you, thank you. There's so much happening. You know, there's so much happening down there in third countries that people are taking over properties and they are depriving the wife of the Ologbe to have access to those properties that they have both, you know, labor and work together for in their lifetime. On the passing of their son, the family of the son, the husband will want to take over everything. But that is not the law in the United Kingdom. So family Ologbe to fẹ́ gba anything in UK court abalejo papọ̀ ni. Do you understand? So the law in all those countries, third countries, are very, very dirty. And the practicing of law over there are very dirty. Do you understand? So, bo loko yago fún mi nílé ayé ní third countries, but that is not the situation in Western world. UK, United States, European counterpart, that is not the situation here, you know. So, we know what we want, we know where we're going, we know our status, but at the same time, we should respect who we need to respect. Respect is reciprocate. In terms of going back to the documentation passport issue, that is what brought us together this evening. Passport issue. Don't let us get carried away. You know, passport issue. Don't let us get carried away. How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Because if your partner withhold passport from you, your first point of movement is to go to court and start making sure that you have order, contact order in place. Because if you turn up overnight, you might find it difficult. There is a guy that came to me today or yesterday. He wanted to reapply for extension. When I did the extension for him 2.5 years ago, I have to beg his baby's mother to release passport to me on order. I beg his baby's mother. Today, the baby's mother is not happy with me because baby mother said I gave him too much liberty. Now, who knows whether he has not been continuing maintaining that child. Now, I have not set my eyes on him for further advice in the past 2.5 years. Now, the renewal is now taking place. It's now due. In fact, in a week's time, he's looking for Tokunbo Lagbaye, ìyá aláàánú, tó tún máa lọ kúnlẹ̀ bẹ̀ ìyàwó ẹ̀ bẹ̀ ìyá baby rẹ̀ again, ìyá aláàánú. You understand? Those boys have really turned me to ìyá aláàánú. I'm the one begging for them. Ṣáàjọ release the passport fún jẹ́ kó ṣe kó lè máa san maintenance ọmọ kó lè níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Do you understand? So they've turned me to ìyá aláàánú. They cannot hate me now, Victoria. Stop talking like that. No, that's not the issue. They love me. Guys love me because I always assist them to get documents from their ladies. So they love me. So the point is that the truth must be spoken, and that's the essence of my platform, education, to educate each other. Give each other a bit of backup you need. So the guy now has come back. He told me that, Abby, how now, Abby? He told me that he's now due for renewal. He has not come to me for the past 2.5 years. Don't forget. And the lady thinks that I have collaborated with him. Now, the renewal is now pending in a week's time. He came to me today. He brought all the documents. The documents he brought were photocopies. I look at him, I laugh. I said, you better go back to your baby mama and go and see if you can talk on her. And if you have not been maintaining that child and do things properly, I will not get myself involved this time around to go and beg her for you, because it was a bit messy last time. And this guy is supposed to be one of the ambassadors. Yeah, in a good position. You can't help your brothers, and your brothers are suffering in UK. Shame on you. all of you. There's one of the Senate thing there that we spoke about his name, Bajabia Mila. His family are really rotten and suffering. So but I don't want to be talking about that. There's no need for anybody to have that position and can't help your family. And when you are stingy, you can't live, you can't enjoy life. So you have to help those you need to help. That's their problem. Funky Ola Davis, I can't love you less either. Understand? Let him look for another lawyer. Exactly. Thank you, Daddy, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I know I'm trying to notice you now on my platform, and I can't love you less anymore now. As long as that is your picture. Come on, you put a picture of mom said London sorrow me bed to one banis or be a monkey to why they be a balagba. I'm going to keep one by getting my find out. But if that is you, fantastic. I cannot love you less. I love you loads as well, Adiola, Karen, everybody. I love you. I cannot love all of you less. So that is the situation. You see, they will have gone 2.5 years ago. Now they need the renewal. 2.5 years ago that they have been granted. Let them bring back statement and show us what they have been maintaining on the child. And don't be carried away. As it's in a man, it's also in a woman. Some women are so irresponsible to the extent that the court order, the social services give the kids to the father. Trust me, some women are very irresponsible. So it goes both ways. You know, it's both ways. But the situation is that this guy have gone long time ago. And he just came back after 2.5 years, a week to the document to run out. And he's now asking me to come and do Mama Lanu again. There's not even one gift from him to say, thank you, madam, for the well done job. Because I stretched myself. I pleaded to the Secretary of State. I pleaded to the lady. I did so many things to help him get regulated in the UK. You know, there was no other than thank you. And he disappeared. And that is in the same situation you have seen is other people that will come and buy you things that can shock your head. That you'll be carried away. So people can give me this kind of gifts. So people can buy this kind of gifts. Do you understand? You see, they only come when they need that help at the last minute, and it's so bad. Maintenance have to be concurrent. It has to continue. It has to be a continuous gradual process and continue with it. And to you ladies out there, majority of you are refusing to have the money straight into your bank account, mainly because you are claiming benefits. That is not good as well. So to whoever is holding passport, depending on the scenario and the situation, it makes it so difficult for me to say, okay, this is the way I want it to be. But let's be honest to each other. If you are the one holding passport and you think the guy is not doing well and you are not happy, make decision that suits you and your spirit and your destiny. I'm not giving you that opinion. You make decision that suits your life and that will help your children in future. And you guys that out there that needed that passport from your partner who's got the British settlement status, you make a decision that you think in future they will not call you a useless father. Okay? Decide. Do something that you think is good for you, that people will not call you useless man in future. So you'll be able to stand out and speak and say, listen, I know what I'm talking about. I am not an ingrate. I am this, I am that. So you should make the decision yourself. It is not a lawyer decision, because I can easily make decision in my office without bringing it to public. But I basically brought it to public because I want people to take knowledge and educate each other on it. Please share if you haven't completed the sharing. Please share before I leave. You understand? We have 267 on our platform, 269. And I think if every one of you share it, 1, people will see this thing and they will get the advice they need from it. That is the only way you can minister into people's life. It is not by carrying Bible or carrying a Quran. Another avenue of helping people's life, of changing people's life, is through this thing that you are doing. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's try to share it one by one. One per head. That's enough. I want to be smart like you. One per head, please. One per head. Let's share it. One per head individually. Let's continue to share it so that people will know that we are here and we are not here for a joke. We mean business. We want to help the community at large. The whole idea is to relieve the workload from the Secretary of State Home Department and assist them in terms of me from the grassroots as a lawyer, advise people, talk to them, encourage them, let them do the right thing. when there's a problem between you and your partner, it is not necessary for you to pick up the phone immediately and phone the Home Office to revoke. Don't do it, because the repercussion is trivial. When you call Home Office and ask them to revoke, you will not be able to take that back again. It means that the whole journey will have to start all over again. And it's not worth it. There is a young Jamaican guy that came to see me yesterday. He came in under spouse visa. The visa is not due until 2020. But the problem is going through at the moment is a hell of problem. And it was the lady that traveled to Jamaica to go and bring him into the country under spouse visa. And it was properly granted. But the lady all of a sudden changed her mind and start telling this guy to leave the house, to leave the house, to leave the house. The big problem there now is that he doesn't know what to do, because they don't have child together. And the child that the lady had previously is a full-blown adult that is telling the mother, I don't want to see this guy in the house anymore. He is bad than the previous one you had. What life is that for? That is a bad guy, that he doesn't want him. And this guy is a quiet guy to what he told me and to what I have seen. He's very calm. But the mom and the son have teamed up like a team football team against him. And they told him, and the lady told everybody around him, this is the Jamaican community, which is still part of us. Do you understand? She told everybody around her that she's going to make sure that she returned that guy back to Jamaica. What for? What for? It's not violence in the first instance. Don't let us forget. So when we are thinking, it's not violence. But this lady is betting it to the heaven from earth to this planet that he's going to make sure that he returned that guy back to Jamaica. What happened? What happened? Possibly one word exchange of words between the guy and the stepson. And as a result of that, because the stepson was trying to be rude to him, and he said to the stepson that if your mother's boyfriend was good enough for your mother, why did your mother chase him away and come and apply for me to come? Because I know that one as well. We all grew up together in the same community in Kingston. That's what he said. So the guys replied the boy and said, if your mother's boyfriend was good enough, why did she left? Why did she chase him out and come and get me? Do you understand? But the lady insisted that she will make sure, if it's the last thing that she will do, she will make sure that this guy leaves United Kingdom. On what ground? What medal are you going to get if you're going to do that? What medal? What bronze? What gold? Yeah? What medal? That's the question we should be asking each other. There are some situations that are irreversible. And that is why we should be careful the uses of tongue, the uses of everything we do. We should be careful the way we use our tongue. Because some statements can be made and it will be irreversible. Some things you have said in the public, you can't take it back anymore. Because when it's dropped, the whole world have already picked it up and give it literally meaning. And that is why I don't talk. I don't talk when it's not necessary. Because once you talk, people use it against you. They pick it up and they give it another meaning, literally meaning, or meaning that is even not even what it's giving. So you should be careful with what you say with your mouth. He's saying now that she's saying that if it's the last thing that she will do, and this is not African, don't forget. It's not African, but she's saying that if it's the last thing that she's going to do, she will make sure that she gets this guy out of the United Kingdom. The guy has visa till 2020. A Nigerian friend asked him to come and meet me and ask me questions and see me on consultation. So he came to see me, and I felt sorry for him. I was with him almost 1 hour yesterday, dialogue with him, looking for every other option so that he can get away from the spouse visa quickly. But do you think it's that easy? You understand? Do you think it's that easy? Because student status is so expensive to move to. Sponsorship license is not there for somebody who doesn't have professional qualification to make use of. So it is so sad. And there's somebody that has already said goodbye, he's going for good. Are you now expecting him to return back with empty-handed in between the journey that he has not even completed? So you people should please, before you go into a relationship, you think about anything, just think twice. Whether it's something that's worth going into, you know, because if you don't think whether it's worth going into and you just went into it, then at the end of the day, how do we draw the lines? How do we draw the lines? Because that's the problem. The problem we are having is how do we draw the lines? Because if you say that you are going to see somebody's end, you are saying you are betting it that if God see your end before that person, what would you do? Because God is not man, and God looks at people's hearts. He watches our heart. It's not man. When you are betting it that until you destroy somebody's life, until you destroy destiny, until you bring somebody down, that is when you will come out or you will stop doing the evil. No, you are not God. So we should be careful the way we use our tongue, the way we say things in relationship with friends. When two people are not together anymore, something is not going all right. Wait and let the breathing hair go into it. You see, time is a healer. Time is a healer. There are some times in life that things happen, and when it happens, it could be a period of test to see how strong you are, how you can even face the bullets. Things happen for so many reasons. It tests us to know how strong we are, how we can take bullets. That's why I don't react straight away. I don't talk nonsense. I don't talk jargons. I wait and give it time to let things calm down. Let things calm down. Let things calm down. Because you never know. There is a proverb and adage that says that we don't come from court and become a friend again. That means for the purpose of those who doesn't understand Yoruba language, we don't come from divorce suit and become friend again. It's not a common thing. It's not a common thing at all. So we got to be careful. We got to be really careful. Uses of tongue and uses of language. Don't say because you have status or you have power and you are saying that you are going to use it until you destroy somebody's life. Oh, nigga, and you're not going to take it until you see the end of somebody. No, you cannot do that. You cannot go in that direction. So please, ladies and gentlemen, in my conclusion today, I have looked carefully at family lawyer expert. Can my ex withhold our child's passport? For those who have papers, both of you have papers, British passport, settlement status, or limited leave and settlement status, and you are at loghead, there is a problem. What you need to do, according to the family lawyer expert here, Miss Young, it's saying that you need to go to court and get a specific order to allow you to apply for passport. If the other person has seized the passport, you apply for specific order. Specific order will mean that you want the judge to make order to issue you a passport for that child, so that you can take the child on holiday. You cannot say because there is a problem between two of you, husband and wife or partners, and as a result of that, you want to deprive the child from going on an excursion, school excursion or holidays. You cannot do that. So in that situation, the expert is basically saying, in my conclusion here, get a specific order for judge to issue that, to give a specific issue order for them to issue that passport. I tell you, if there are no orders in place, or you are the one who has the order, your permission must be sought. If you do not consent to the holiday, your ex-partner is entitled to make an application to the court for what is known as a specific issue order to request permission to travel, unless there is a safeguarding concern or a risk that your ex-partner will not return with the child. Then it is likely that such an application will not be granted. But if there is no risk to that child, the application will be granted. It is important, therefore, that you consider fully the reason why you are not willing to give consent. So before you go before the judge, you must decide the reason why you don't want to consent for the child to go on holiday with the mom. So in the situation where both parties have status and the other one is withholding the document and refusing to sign, do you understand? Can my ex, have power, or my partner have power to withhold? That's what we are dealing with. So for those who doesn't have status, it's a different ball game entirely, because what you have to do is to have contact order, because you are going to make an application to the Secretary of State. But I'm begging you in a different angle entirely. Don't just turn up overnight because you need status and you want to be responsible over a child that you have not known how he's being fed for the past 10 years or 12 years. And all of a sudden, somebody is now telling you that, oh, you have a child somewhere, he's got a British passport, you can make application under that child. No, don't turn up overnight. It doesn't make sense to anybody. Try to be in your child's life, because when a child looks at the father or the mother, they see you as their role model. they imitate you, they copy you, and they grow along with you, and that brings family life. That is your strong, articulate family life. So I am begging you in conclusion, don't turn up overnight into the life of a child. Be there all the time. Grow up with the child. Assist the mother. You don't have to marry the mother. You don't have to love the mom. But for the sake of the child there, you should do something. You don't have to love the father. But for the sake of the child there, you should do something. Don't just completely close your eyes and withhold the document. And for those that are still applying, don't call Home Office anymore and ask Home Office to revoke. Please. God has a way of dealing with people that are wicked. If you fight for yourself in life, you're not going to get an answer from God. God always have a way to deal with those who are wicked. You know? So don't turn up overnight and do things awkwardly. Do it in a normal way. Do it appropriately. Do it, pass through the law. Get contact order first. Because if there's no contact order in place, you will not be able to make a successful application. And that I can promise you. Without contact order, you will not be able to make a successful application. And if there's contact order in place and the mother phone Home Office will be asking you for contact order immediately. Oh yes. If you have the order and you kept it and the mother doesn't know, and the mother called Home Office and say, I want you to revoke that status for him. He's not a responsible man. Keep all your records that you have been given or they have been showing to maintain that child. Keep all record. Yes, exactly. So keep all records. But once there is contact order, Home Office will ask for it. If Home Office needs to do. After this, if there's anyone that needs further information, my line is still you can contact me on 07908 628240. You meet me tomorrow again at 2 o'clock on how to regularize your status. That is going to be on pure law. What the section is saying, what the rule says, and what the law is saying. So Monday and Saturday is pure law. So you will be seeing me tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed evening. Enjoy yourself, and I'll see you tomorrow. I cannot love all of you less. All of you that are on this platform, you are wonderful. Please, if you have not shared, can you start putting it to us? Can you start sharing it? If you are just joining us, please share it and let your people on platform benefit. If you belong to a group, please share it there. Please, I'm begging you, share it there. Let people know that we have spoken about the way forward for people to know what to do in terms of when passport is withheld by the other partner and they want to obtain British passport and they want to regularize their status. We have discussed everything that is available. So please share it to the whole world at large. It's still me, Tokunbo Olagbaye. I have not changed. With great humility, I want to appreciate all of you. I won't love you less. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of you that just joined us, and for those who have been on the platform for a while. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mrs. Ikpeme, it's been a long time. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I cannot love you less. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. It's a bit warm here. That's why you see me opening up all the time. So thanks to all of you. Bless you. Have a blessed evening. Enjoy yourself. I won't love you less. That guy there. I won't love you less. Thank you, all of you. All faces that I'm seeing there. Please share. If you haven't shared it. Yes, I won't change. I cannot love you guys less. You see? Yes. For those who have seen me 35 years ago, it's still the same face. 40 years ago, still the same face. I grow with my face. So thank you, all of you. I haven't changed and I won't change. Bless you guys. Thank you. Bless you. Blessed weekend ahead. Love from Canada. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. See Allahs. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Donald. Thank you. You're so lucky. I almost block you. Thank you. Take care, guys. Bless you. Patience. Bye for now, guys. Bye. Desmond Davis. Bye.